Hey, have you not placed your order for the MAVIC Air 2 yet? Well, what are you waiting for? The links are below this video. If you click on the links below this video, you'll get the MAVIC Air 2 at the price it's shown. The price includes shipping, taxes, customs duties, right to your door. I know it sounds like an ad, right? Well, that's just it, because everybody gets excited about a new DJI product. Actually, you're probably sitting here watching this video and the DJI MAVIC Air 2 has not been launched, and you still have your little MAVIC Air 1 sitting in front of you, and you're just sitting there with your credit card ready to buy the MAVIC Air 2 because it's a DJI product. Everybody gets excited about DJI products. I bet you nobody even remembers there's an Autel Evo 2 that's been released. That's pretty amazing, because everybody's waiting for the next DJI product. I don't know how that works. And as a matter of fact, after the launch of the MAVIC Air 2, when it's officially announced on Monday, you're going to see a ton of videos of people who already have it, that are flying it, and are going to tell you it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, that it cures baldness and blindness. And, well, it probably doesn't, but it's probably a pretty good drone. Now, if you clicked on this video, it's because of two things. One is that you're pretty excited about the MAVIC Air 2 and you want to buy it, or you want to learn about it, and that's what this video is about, more about the learn about it. So this is the MAVIC Air 1, and I'm going to tell you everything that's different on the MAVIC Air 2 from the MAVIC Air 1. First thing is that the MAVIC Air 2 looks like a MAVIC, like a MAVIC 2 Pro. It looks identical. It does not look like this. Mine has a little red top on it because you can customize all DJI drones, so I customized mine with a red top. DJI says the arms fold out differently on the new MAVIC Air 2. I'm sure it means they just fold out like a MAVIC 2 Pro. The new MAVIC Air is going to be larger than this one since it looks like a MAVIC 2 Pro, and the arms are going to stick out a little farther, so it's going to be much more stable in the wind than this one. This one didn't do bad in the wind, but the MAVIC Air, the new one, the MAVIC Air 2, is going to be much better in the wind. So the bad thing with the MAVIC Air is the noise, and you can't really use it for cinematography because it annoys people. And like you see this farmhouse up ahead, even though I'm flying off to the left of it, if they walk out of that farmhouse, they can hear what's going on, and they're going to wonder, why is some guy filming my farmhouse? I'm at a height of 81 meters and I can still hear it. So here we have the MAVIC Air coming down, and it's pretty darn loud. Excuse me? Can you hear that? That's what I thought. It's freaking loud. Yeah, it sounds like bees. The weird thing is that with the larger arms and the larger props and the larger motors and a better battery that they stuck in the new one, it's still about the same speed. It flies just as fast. And you can see right here we have a sport mode, and the MAVIC Air 2 has a sport mode as well. I'm going to put it in sport mode. It turns off all the sensors. It gives me a warning on my screen. And I'm just going to bring it back in sport mode really, really fast. Here we go. So bringing it straight back to me. You'll hear it come overhead. It's very fast. And here it comes. Obviously, the new one has a massive range compared to this one. The new one goes like 8 kilometers, 5 miles, and that's pretty good. The battery on this one's about 20 minutes, the old one, and the new one, the battery's about 34 minutes of flight time, way better. One thing I haven't noticed in all the leaks of the MAVIC Air is the onboard memory. The new one will have to have more than that, right? Now, unfortunately, the MAVIC Air 2 has exactly the same amount of sensors as the original MAVIC Air. So you have 2 in the front, 2 in the back, you've got some on the bottom. The only new thing they added was an LED landing light. Now, obviously, the sensors are improved, so the tracking, the speed, the obstacle avoidance is all improved. Now, one of the really good things with the MAVIC Air, and the MAVIC Air 2 is going to be even better, is it has obstacle avoidance, front and rear and bottom, and tracking, and they all work together. So now we're in active track, so this will follow me around, and I just want to show you here. Up in the air here we have power lines. Now you probably can't see it because it's tracking me, but I'm going to lift it up and then I'm going to walk past the power line. So let's go up. It's going to stay focused on me. I can see them in my little GoPro camera here. I'm going to bring it down so it's going to hit the power lines right about like that. Okay, so now it's going, hey, there's something in the way. Is it going to be smart enough to go around the power lines? I'm just going to keep walking. So what's it going to do? See, it's stuck there. It says, it's telling me right on the screen, there is something in front. So is it going to go around the power lines? Here it comes. What's it going to do? It sees them. I'm going to walk back this way. Are you coming? This is what's stopping it from flying. See the power line right there? It's like, I'm not going through that. Are you kidding me? Now there is a feature on the MAVIC Air. It's called APAS, and the MAVIC Air 2 has it, and it's supposed to be improved. So you see what it says, safety warning, blah, blah, blah. Because basically what's going to happen is the aircraft, if I go against something it doesn't want to go through or around, it's going to go and figure it out itself. So a good example to show you the APAS, you see that post? I'm going to fly into it. I'm going to move this forward, and it should just move itself around the post. There you go. See, I'm not doing that, sending it to the left, it's doing it itself. So it went around the post, no problem. Now this one here, if you ever watch my videos, this one's got the tracking of death. In other words, what I mean by that is the tracking on the MAVIC Air is the kind that will actually track you and then come and whack you in the back of the head when you're least expecting it. Go look on YouTube. There's so many videos of the MAVIC Air tracking going wrong. So they fixed all that in the MAVIC Air 2, at least they say they have. So you see on the MAVIC Air 1, I'm looking at the point of interest, and you can see on my screen, nothing exciting. It's basically just a point of interest. I have to put this drone over something, then make the radius, then have it circle. But with the visual point of interest, I can just pick something on my screen and it will do the point of interest, which is really cool. So expect that in the MAVIC Air 2. So what's the main reason everybody buys a drone? For a camera, right? So the camera on the MAVIC Air 2 is improved, better lens, better sensor, better processor to manipulate the low light and the colors and everything. So it's going to look pretty amazing. One thing that's super good on the MAVIC Air is the camera gimbal. It always gets the horizon perfect. There's no horizon tilt or any of those goofy things when you yaw to the right or the left, like a lot of drones on the market. The MAVIC Air does a really good job. They've really made the gimbal quite well. So I assume the MAVIC Air 2 will have an awesome gimbal as well. I don't know if they have 4K 60 frames per second at the time of the recording of this video that I'm making right now. All the leaked information, it's kind of on the fence post if it's going to have 4K 60. I certainly hope they do, because if they have 4K 60, that means they're going to have 2.7K 120 frames per second, which would be pretty amazing. But you know DJI, they're going to put new quick shots, new flight features. They're going to have some really cool stuff that's just going to make you want to buy this drone. Now, one of the things I think DJI is going to add to the new MAVIC Air 2 is quick shot. So you see at the bottom of my screen, I've got drone, circle, helix, rocket, boomerang, asteroid. They will probably add something pretty cool. I like the asteroid one myself personally. Tell you a few other things. One is the controller is different. You see this controller, this is a style that came out back in 2016 when they first released the MAVIC Pro. Everybody thought the controller was kind of stupid back then, and then we got used to it and we think this is a cool controller. I still think it's very minimal compared to using a real professional controller. These are like toy controllers to me, but they work because the products are so small and you get used to them. So the change they made on the new MAVIC Air 2 is that, you see these antennas? There are no antennas on the new controller. They got rid of the antennas. So basically what they're doing is they're doing like the Parrot and Naffy, you know, the big bulky thing at the top where your phone sits, that's the antenna. From looking at all the leaked specs and the manuals on the MAVIC Air 2, the buttons on the controller are pretty much the same. The joysticks are removable. The new MAVIC Air 2 uses the DJI Fly app. That's what the leaked manual says, which means that right after the MAVIC Air 2 is released, there's going to be a new version of the DJI Fly app, because they have to add all the features that are in the MAVIC Air in the new app. So expect a new release of that. And in addition, a lot of people keep asking me, hey, can I use the smart controller with the MAVIC Air 2? Well, a few things. One is the smart controller runs on Android, and the DJI Fly app uses a version of Android that's Android 6 and higher. So I believe the smart controller needs an update, which will probably come out, and then you can use the DJI Fly app on the smart controller. Another thing to let you know about the drone, if you look at the app, since it's going to use the DJI Fly app and it's using OcuSync 2 in the MAVIC Air 2, that means it can send the transmission back to my phone at 1080p. Right now, the MAVIC Air only sends it back at 720p on my phone. So this is a 720p image that you see on my phone, but the MAVIC Air 2 will send back a 1080p image. So if you just want to use the video footage off your phone, the MAVIC Air 2 would be better. All right, let's bring you back for a landing. And there we go, perfect landing. All right, so the MAVIC Air 2, are you gonna buy it? Well, the MAVIC Air 1 was a great drone. It only had 3 problems, which was the noise, the range, and the flight time, and that's all been fixed in the MAVIC Air 2, so I think a lot of people are gonna buy the MAVIC Air 2. I think it's gonna be a hot seller. So if you are watching this video before the MAVIC Air 2 is even launched, well, you can't buy it. But the links below take you right to it when it is launched. If you're watching this after the fact, don't post a comment saying, hey, you did a review and you don't even have the MAVIC Air 2. Well, I'm not on DJI's list to get the MAVIC Air 2 because I review all types of drones, and DJI only sends such drones to people that mostly only review DJI drones. So I don't fall in that category, so I don't get a free DJI drone. I have to buy it just like you, which I'm going to order one, and then I'll have a real honest review of the MAVIC Air 2. So stay tuned for that. But for now, all I could say is, hey, thanks for watching this video. Get your credit cards out, order the MAVIC Air 2, because I'm sure you're going to love it. All right, take care. Catch you in the next video.